In a small village far from the city, life proceeded with perfect tranquility. The houses were built from mud and stones, and tall trees surrounded the village from all sides, making it seem completely isolated from the world. Nothing unusual had ever happened in the village until one event changed everything, giving the village its new name, the Haunted Village. The elderly woman Khalil, the oldest resident in the village, loved to tell stories to children around the fireplace on cold nights. She would recount old tales of jinn and demons that lived in the area before the village was built. No one took her seriously, as people were accustomed to her old stories and thought they were just tales to scare the children. But one dark night, some villagers began to feel that something strange was happening in the village. Mysterious sounds were heard at midnight. Doors opened and closed without reason, and a cold wind suddenly blew inside closed houses. At first, everyone thought it was just strong winds or a prank by one of the children. But as the days passed, the strange phenomena increased and became more obvious. One night, Abu Salim's family decided to leave the village for a short visit to their relatives in the city. When they returned after a few days, they found their house turned upside down. Furniture was scattered everywhere, doors were broken, and the place looked as if an earthquake had hit it. But the neighbors assured that they had neither seen nor heard anything unusual during their absence. For the first time, Abu Salim felt real fear and started to believe that something unnatural was happening in the village. The villagers gathered in the town square to seek a solution. They called for Sheikh Suleiman, a renowned elder with expertise in dealing with mysterious matters. Sheikh Suleiman, a dignified old man, listened to the villagers' stories and confirmed that jinn were indeed residing in the area. The village was built on land that had been their abode for hundreds of years. Sheikh Suleiman began his spiritual sessions in the village, holding special prayers and reciting the Quran in every corner. On a moonlit night, while Sheikh Suleiman and the villagers were gathered in the village square, the first undeniable sign of the jinn's presence appeared. The ground began to tremble slightly, and strange lights were seen moving rapidly among the trees. There was no doubt left. The jinn truly inhabited the village. Sheikh Suleiman decided to hold a final session, which was to be the most dangerous. He knew the jinn might not easily leave. He gathered the villagers in the mosque and asked them to remain quiet and calm during his recitation. Sitting in the center of the mosque, he began to recite the Quran loudly and clearly. That night, things got extraordinarily strange. Doors and windows shook violently, and mysterious sounds were heard from everywhere. Suddenly, a child screamed outside. Everyone rushed to the source of the sound to find the child standing next to an old, abandoned well on the village's outskirts. This well was known to be haunted by jinn, and no one had approached it for years. Sheikh Suleiman stood beside the well and continued reciting the Quran louder. The wind grew stronger, with trees bending as if responding to an invisible force. Suddenly, a loud scream was heard coming from the well, but no one was inside it. The elder stopped reading for a moment and said, "They are here, but they want to negotiate." The elder informed the villagers that the jinn wanted to reclaim their old well, and that they would leave the village in peace if the villagers agreed not to go near the well again. The offer was strange, but the elder assured them that the jinn honor their pacts and would not disturb the village if their demand was respected. The villagers quickly agreed and erected a fence around the well to prevent anyone from approaching it. From that day on, the village returned to its normal life. The strange sounds ceased, and no one saw those eerie lights among the trees anymore. But the well remained a mysterious place in the village, and no one dared to approach it or even look at it. Old Lady Khalil never stopped her tales, but now she told the children how the jinn could be neighbors as long as they were respected.